That's live.
We're live.
That's live.
Fucking people. Can't fucking find good help anywhere.
Foley's already at his ass.
Fired up already, man.
He's got a swear count
Well, they got
already.
me fired up already, for Christ's sake.
Already.
Not only did I have to deal with COVID for 3 fucking days, now I got to deal with this. Fucking people.
Okay.
Ask Eric. Must be hard to find good help, eh, Eric?
Oh, fuck. Tell me about it. Okay. 8/17. We're early. November 13.
Early.
Bruce Fishing is in the house here. We'll
Early.
talk. He didn't want to rank it. He didn't want to put rankings down. He didn't want to piss off his friend. He said or something.
I'm just here to police it. Make
Ah.
sure
Police it.
Help with it.
He's already got a show off air already.
Fuck, whatever list you make is the one we're gonna go with, bro.
I'm a stats nerd, so I pay attention to a lot of the tournaments, and
Yeah, that's cool.
I want to make sure everyone gets their credit, even though
I think it's just a little odd. It's difficult because one province is just there's no bass. It's just solid walleye. Another province, 90% of it is bass.
Yeah.
Then you get us in the middle that we just don't have shit.
Evening, everybody. What's going on? You joining us from YouTube or Facebook? We got one more week of the old intro. Still never finished that first intro there, man. You can't find Santos catching any ice fish, so I'm having a hard time with it. Actually, it's on pause.
Not on video, bro. Lots of pictures, though, man.
That's what I'll do then. Stills of all your baby fish.
Babe, come on, man.
Shit.
Last
Gonna
day
go-
masters, bro.
He catches one master and takes 15 different photos.
I'm like all those, social media influencers, man.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Different
There we go.
hats, different shirts. One
Here we
fish,
go.
bro.
Best part of any Monday
we
night right
go.
here. Appreciate you guys for joining us. We got a good show. We're going to talk this is the first episode of season 7 Hardwater. We're going to be talking top 10 competitive anglers, and we've been mulling over this for the past whatever week and see what our rankings are going to be. And then the final rankings will come out, and we'll see what everyone's justifications for it is. And Jamie's got his rankings here. Santos, we've got
I
rankings
don't have
from
rankings.
Leon. He's got rankings, unofficial though. Piss anybody off. But it'll be good. We'll get into the intro and we'll get right into it. Let's go, man.
And now, join us for another power hour of all things fishing and more in Central Canada and beyond. This is the Casting Deck Podcast. With Mike Short Fuse Datoli, Jeremy the Dragon Boy Santos, and your host, Eric on the Red Lavopa.
All right, season 7 Hardwater, first episode. What's going on? Thank you for joining us. It's Monday, November 13. In the house, you can see there's Short Fuse in the house. Jamie Bruce is all comfy over there, and the
He's
Dragon
all ready,
Boat
man.
is in the house here. Hi, Mom. What's going on in the Philippines over there? We're just as warm as the Philippines. Who's going open water fishing still?
I wanted to, but
That'd be
kinda
nice,
too
man.
busy. Some prick gave me COVID or something. So
Mike's just getting over the flu.
I can't go anywhere.
I was
Wow.
told personally not to take any days off this week, man, so
How?
I can't.
What do you mean?
The school principal is gone for 3 or 4 days this week, man.
Yeah, he's probably gone fishing.
So the VP said, you ain't missing any days. I said, shit, man.
Probably
Oh.
went fishing. That's where they're gone.
Probably.
Huge thanks to our sponsors, of course, Team Fu Automotive, Pies West Campground, CDP Hard Water. But we're talking open water, year in review kind of thing goes usually at this in transition time. And we're bringing back the kicker fish. I forgot to go to my basement and pull out the old magazines, but I do have our rankings from 2017. like Jamie, you remember my rankings from way back, eh?
Yeah, that's why
And
I'm
then-
here.
And then I ranked what Brandon
why I'm
Cam
here.
ahead of you, and you were like, Brandon Cam, and you were like freaking out that he was ahead of you or something like that. You know.
No, I just sent you all the results that you missed and said you better. Something's wrong with your computer.
Back then, I had Gussie at the top there. Here, I'm gonna pull this up here, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. So, there was like 2016, 2017, 2018. I think it was 3 years in a row where we did it. Just a top 12. First year was top 10. So this was in Hook Magazine and on the Kickerfish site. Had Gussie first, Samsel, Dingwall that year, Lance Marcotte and Karen Soki. Danny Toth had a good year that year. McNanny had a good year. I had a crazy year. That's when I was good. 7th that year. Troy Norman, Darren and Jeremy were a team. The Kennedys, Tom Johnston, who's like he's like in my top 10 right now. Again, Tom Johnston, Terry McClymont, Maloney, and then I had my honorable mentions there.
Maloney in there.
Brian, yeah, he had he had like a 2nd at the Russell Lions, 3rd at Falcon, 14th at Coppermine, 14th at Pine Falls, 20th at Red River, and 21st at Madge Lake. So that got you like the 12th ranking. Klopak, Haga, Jamie Bruce. Jamie, you were an honorable mention in 2017, bro.
Yeah.
But like that's the rankings. And in 2018, I did another ranking, and then that was it. This was cool because like Ron Linner at the time, bless his soul, rest in peace. He even mentioned our list there and he read it. And Eric LaPupa, I don't know who that is.
You blushed up your name.
But he's ranked up there. That's amazing. Like, oh yeah, that's awesome, man. But so we're bringing it back. It's been gone for like 5 years. We're bringing the rankings back, and we're going to talk here. And guys are putting all the rankings together. So talk a little bit of what's the qualifications for actually being ranked in Central Canada.
Well, you got to be winning some, don't you think? You got to win something.
So first place.
Be how your
matter to you,
standings are from tournament to tournament, depending on how many teams are entered in the tournament.
Strength of field.
Strength of
Some
field or
teams, right? You go to Saskatchewan, you got 130 teams every tournament. You go to Ontario, you got 120 plus teams every tournament. So that makes a big difference.
Are you just looking at Central Canada tournaments?
Yeah, though it's
Across the
yeah.
world?
Sask Landing to Dryden,
Okay.
something like that. Yeah. So anywhere
Well,
around in there.
Santos wanted to do everybody in the Hall of Fame for fuck's sakes.
He was like ranking the Johnston brothers, and it's like, what are you doing, man? This is Central Canada. What are you?
You said Ontario, man. So here we go.
Now,
No US counts.
well, it does. Like at Sturgeon Bay, for example, a bunch of Sunset Country guys go down there. For example,
Yeah.
if someone were to go take down some cash at Sturgeon Bay, Gussie, of course, was Bassmaster Classic win, right? Jamie himself over here, a whole bunch of, I don't know what you do, Eufaula, and you name all these crazy lakes down there you did well at. So it counts for something. I mean, there's still a consideration there.
Just a little bit. Like
Just
it's
a little
not,
bit.
It's like a little boot, like a tiebreaker.
Something like that. I mean,
Okay.
so
I'm definitely not making the list then. If I'm on any list, then something's wrong there.
but there's a lot. There's a lot of tournaments. If you look at it again, the tournaments actually have come down. Manitoba, Mike was saying, like we used to have the Central Walleye Trail. That's not a thing now, but it's come down. We only have a handful.
Our
in
tournaments are
Manitoba now.
cut in half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah.
And the participation is like half.
So
our
strength
tournaments
of field.
here, they're dying a slow but quick death.
10th place at a 40 boat field is not the same as 10th place at Nipawin Vanity Cup, for example, at 165 boats, right? So
Correct.
there's that whole thing, like Jesse Bell, multi-species should be considered as well. Like if you do really bass derbies and walleye,
For
bonus
sure.
points for multis, definitely so, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a
Yeah.
few guys on my list that I go, wow, that's doing the combo there. That's pretty good.
Same with me, yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. Now, as far as like Saskatchewan, wasn't as well versed, but they got the biggest tournaments around. They got 4 Saskatchewan Walleye Trail tournaments that are all over 105 teams, and then they got the Nipawin, and then they got the Premier's Cup. So they got 6 major tournaments in Saskatchewan, and then how many major bass ones are there? There's a ton, eh?
They
Like
only have
major
one
ones.
bass
four,
tournament.
four major ones. Well, 3. There's 3 that are 3-dayers, and there's 4 that are over 100 boats.
That's Bassin, Fort,
Bassin, Fort, Bronzeback, KBI.
Bronzeback, KBI.
Bronzeback is like 125 boats, but it's only 2 days, so it's a little bit different.
And there's some big walleye tournaments there too. Red Lake, Dryden, KWO.
Yeah, Sulacote's not as big, but yeah, those are 3 big walleye tournaments. Those are all 100 plus boat fields.
What's our only big one left, Mike, in Manitoba?
Yours. And,
No.
and Lake of the Prairies.
Lake of the Prairies. That's the big one.
Prairies is the big
That's
one, isn't it?
120 teams, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But Pine Falls, Falcon, Red River, our Red River,
They're
they've
all
all
small
come
tournaments
down.
now.
They've come down. 45 teams kind of thing, right? They've all come down.
Yeah.
And you got to look at Falcon and the first Brian's Red River. That's just 1 dayers.
And they're 1 dayers too, right? So that's
Right?
even.
They're 1 dayers. So
You think there's like Santos? What do you think about the difference between 1 dayers, 2 and 3 dayers? Even, man, that's even.
To be more consistent with those 3 dayers, 2 dayers, man. I mean, a 1 dare, as much as they'd like to win a 1 dare, I mean, it could be just all luck that 1 day, man. But to keep it consistent for 2-3 days, that's more than just luck, man. So you got to put more weight into those ones than the 1 dare one, right? So
Yeah. Like, what are the small ones there in Sunset Countries? Like Crow Lake. These are like these small ones, right? Like they got.
Yeah, Crow Lake, White Dog, Fall Shoal. Those are all like sub 30 boats.
One man lake.
Or 30 to 40 in that range.
Yeah, there was that one man I heard about, right? One man.
Yeah, that's the White Dog one.
That's White Dog. Okay, that's White Dog. McClymont.
That's like over 50 boats.
That's bigger now because that's right in town.
You got to catch the shit out of them to win that thing too.
Oh, there's a whole pile they're going right now. What's the entry fees on some of these? Only done ice derbies. It ranges, brother. Like 1 days are like $300 now. Like that's like the minimum, $350.
Yeah.
And then the 2 day tournaments, 3 day tournaments, KBI is 800.
100.
Fort
But then you
Frances.
got the vanity walleye ones, like what, $2,000?
Vanity
Right.
is the most expensive one, $2,000 in out of Nippo in Saskatchewan.
I think that's the biggest open, highest entry in numbers open team tournament in North America.
It is. Yeah. Definitely in
That's
Canada.
crazy.
Definitely in Canada
That's
for
nuts,
sure.
man.
It is. Yeah. That's the big one. Tony, oof. It's different from the derbies for sure. So we always make a distinction, like between a derby. I mean, a derby is like slang for any kind of competitive event, but a derby is like a 1 day shootout, and it's not like it's like a one fish. A lot of times, if you say it's a derby, like an ice fishing or even open water, we've got the kicker fish derby, and it's like a 1 day big fish. Once you get into a tournament status, then you're talking multiple fish and multiple days for like a harder tournament kind of thing. So that's sort of the distinction on what a derby and a tournament is. Hence those ice fishing ones, the ones on Lake Winnipeg, and the ones that we'll be doing this year, the Kickerfish Icebreaker Series, the Elite Series, is those are tournaments, we call them. They're on the ice, but they're tournaments. More details about that. We're just teasing about more details next week about the ice. You got to do it, Jamie. Come out and fish
I
Lake
got
Winnipeg.
no excuses this year.
Yeah,
I
man.
really like that layout. We had a similar lake trout tournament on Lake of the Woods that was like
Nice.
that for 1 day in Sioux Narrows. And other than that, there's been nothing. I looked last year and I couldn't make it, but I'm definitely waiting. I'm chomping at the bit waiting for the schedule here.
Yeah. It's gonna
Sweet.
happen, bro.
I figure if you can drive 24 hours to go slinging docks, you can drive 2 hours to just punch a couple holes.
Yeah, it's a lot more dangerous to drive 2 hours in January than it is to drive 26 hours in June, though.
You got a point there, man.
Yeah, you're right.
So here's a question.
Okay.
With these rankings, do you guys see walleye or bass like harder to catch than the other for a tournament? Like
Harder to
Jamie-
play. It's the
like
same.
where would you? It's the same. I mean, I know for me and Eric, like for us to catch big bass, man, it's
better at walleye, definitely.
Right?
Definitely better at walleye. Now,
So
I suck at both, so I don't give a shit.
like Jamie does good at both. I mean, he knows like Lake of the Woods, for example, really well, or whatever. What do you think, man? Like, is a bass tournament harder than a walleye tournament?
I mean, a walleye tournament's all about one big fish, right? Around here. But yeah, like at the KWO, the last 2 years, the last 3 years, we got fourth, and second. And at the end of every one, I'm like, I can't do any better than this. Like on the second day of the KWO this year, we caught 20 walleye over 28 inches. I was like, I can't catch them any better. And I needed one of those to be 30. And the first day we had a 30 3/4. So
That helps.
it's harder in that regard, I'd say. Like you need something really, you need to have the best day of fishing of your life to win a walleye tournament usually.
Well, it's funny you say that because 2 years ago after day one, like we were literally done by 10 in the morning. I asked Tony if he wanted to go for breakfast on day one.
Yeah.
We had a 30 1/4 and then the 30, and then we had all perfect slots, and we still were in 6th place after day one.
Yeah,
that's
insane.
That's the thing though. It's because of the slot rules. Like when Mike says he maxed out already, how are you going to beat like basically a 30+ inch fish and then your perfect slots?
Yeah.
Like we were getting 27s, 27 and a halves, 26s.
Whereas the bass, you can just get your 5 best, which are like most bass tournaments anyway.
Yeah.
Not in Manitoba, but out in Sunset Country, it's your best. That's why I like the Saskatchewan walleye rules better, where there's still slots, but you're still catching 2 big ones and 3, and no red zone. I mean, everything counts, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. The Dryden walleye tournament's 2 big ones.
2 big ones, yeah.
I prefer that better. That it's better than
lots. That's a really good tournament.
Do they still have the Dryden bass? They still do that. So that's a small one.
Yeah.
They shut her down. Actually, I still have the trophy in my garage.
Keeps it for champion forever now, bro.
Yeah, it's a big, huge piece of hardware too. I was like, oh, this looks badass.
Man.
So
when did they shut it down? Like last year?
2 years ago, Brandon Cam actually got married, and all the organizers went to the wedding. So they're like, yeah, we're not having a bass tournament on Sunday. And then whatever, it just never really came to fruition this year. But I'd look for it to be back next year. It's a cool place.
Things are coming back. I mean, COVID really slowed some down. So some tournaments that were already teetering, COVID was just the excuse to sort of, like, I don't know, like Falcon Lake. Jason Wojcik was saying he's not doing Falcon Lake walleye next year. You know, NBA is always in flux. NBA is in flux right now. Manitoba Bass Anglers.
Yeah,
they're wiping the slate clean and having a whole new executive again, or they're looking for an executive. Like, man, so that's always in flux. Manitoba's always right now. But hopefully our walleye ones in the fall. That's our strong one is the fall ones. That we have that little run, and hopefully we can get more teams doing it. But as far as these big ones, Saskatchewan's going strong. Sunset Country. It seems like there's so many bass tournaments now in Sunset Country.
Yeah,
like every weekend's got
none
one.
of them. Not a single person makes any money off any of them. It's all just volunteer based, and that's how a lot of these tournaments are up here. And it's such a different contrast between the U.S. because a lot of them are like 80% payout, and like lots of people, you know, their business down there. We're up here, it's just like community based. It's pretty cool. We're
Vanity.
lucky. I promise you that.
Jeremy Mayer says Vanity does have a red zone, a big red zone too. Actually, it's almost like a Falcon Lake red zone for that one, for that particular water, because Nipawin River, and there's all kind of debate about Nipawin River and the lake being healthy and all that kind of stuff. But generally speaking, 2 over 3 under in Saskatchewan, which is fantastic. I like that better than ours. Ours is nothing over 22, but our Selkirk Walleye Championship was good. 5 best. Catch photo release, mind you, though. It's not weigh-in, but it turned out okay. I don't mind that.
If you had a weigh-in, it'd be your 5 best eaters. So
I know, and I just wasn't.
Can't do that, man.
We should just have an eater tournament and just kill them at the end and eat them.
I have one of those. The Surf and Turf Derby.
Surf and Turf. You just had that.
We were waiting for an invite, but we never got one.
Yeah, cross border.
Oh, well, Marakova had a good finish at the last mountain. Surprising me that with the sheer number of anglers in Manitoba, that tournaments aren't as big thing. What's the main reason there? Government? It's regulations. Like Steve's in Alberta, and they have a lot of catch photo release tournaments there too. But like our sheer number of anglers here, especially we're in the middle, like left to the right of us is big tournaments. Yeah. We used to have a big happening scene here.
And I'll just piss off all Manitobans right now. We're fucking cheap.
And we are cheap too, though.
We are cheap. That's what it is. We're cheap.
We are cheap here.
$600 for a tournament. Fuck, are you kidding me?
Cheap.
But you go buy a fucking Apple Watch for $1,000, right? That's
combined with regulations. At the same time, it does like our Area A, for example. So anything on Falcon Lake, which is one of our popular lakes, there's a giant red zone. So anything 18 inches to 27.5 inches doesn't count.
Yeah.
It just like shit for a
Well,
walleye.
and the other
Now it's
problem-
even worse, man.
Lake of the Perch,
You
the
know
same
what,
thing.
here's the other problem too. If you start getting tournament directors pulling, like just canceling tournaments because there isn't enough entries, that's horseshit too. So that starts to hurt the whole thing. So if we go back in history, we had an idiot that screwed the children's hospital.
Yep.
So that started to take its toll because we've watched that all drop real fast.
The trust,
So
the trust from the
it's
community.
just
was like,
bunch of little
Yeah.
things like I don't know, maybe there's something wrong with the air around here when it gets cold. We're just turn into idiots or something.
yeah,
It's a little bit of everything, and it's all gonna come to a head, and then next thing you know, there's gonna be 3 tournaments, and then everybody's gonna cry that there's no tournament. So that's why I keep saying I think I'm just gonna fish Ontario and I'm done.
yeah. Terry's got a strong scene, man. Got a very
Yeah.
strong scene there going. So.
Non-stop over there, man.
Speaking of eaters, Jody says eater walleye tournament. Winner wins a fish fry, shore lunch dinner. Nice. There you go. Yes. We all win. I saw this on Linder's Angling Edge. We'll keep talking over the rankings. We're gonna get our rankings. We got some news and notes here, but this is about bluegill, which we don't really have a lot of, not eater size anyway. But I was interested in this: how many fish to get 1 pound of bluegill fillets? So if you need 25 6-inchers, that's small. Heck, look like a perch, an 8-inch perch is small. I mean, but it goes out exponentially. Only 4 9-inch ones to get that. What is it for crappie? That's got to be around the same for crappie, no?
No.
No, crappie, they're a little bit bigger.
Bigger, aren't they?
So
So if you're
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
looking
usually you wouldn't even look at a 6-inch crappie, but
6
6
or
No.
7
bluegills
inch.
get eaten all the time. Like I've
I can't believe
definitely,
that. Can't believe that's even on there. 6 inches.
yeah, that's like a normal bluegill though.
Okay.
They're like really tall. We ate at my bachelor party on Pelican Lake. We got into a pack of bluegills, and I think 5 of us probably ate 60 of them.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
They're good.
There goes a school.
hence
Brooklyners rules.
the walleye rules here with like 4 walleye. I mean, that's plenty. Like if you ask me, I don't know if you're. I try not to freeze. I don't want to freeze walleye, but 4 walleye, it's enough to feed our whole family here and still have leftovers.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know about crappie. What is it for crappie? I don't really clean a lot
Like
of crappie.
Like if you keep the 9-inch crappies, probably you only need about 5 to get your pound.
9 to 11 inches is like the right size. You catch a 15-incher, man, that should go back. I don't know.
15.
He's doing that back?
You should. I don't know. That's huge. But 15, like 13, a 13-inch crappie is giant, man, right?
Giant,
there.
yeah.
Even that, I don't know. I've taken a 13-inch crappie, but I mean, if they're catching lots of them anyway,
Yeah.
isn't it like an eater?
Usually keep like 9-10-inch crappies.
What did the government want us to do here? Didn't they have suggestions for us on what the right size is?
Yeah, all of them. Eat them all.
Eat them all.
And the bass too. Have you ever
Yeah.
eaten a bass, Jamie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Yep.
a picture over there of me with I don't know where it went now, but I was a kid and I had like 2 1-pound smallmouth on a stringer. I was all proud. Yeah, I ate them.
Nice.
Everybody's eating a bass.
Eat them all. They said, eat them all. Eat them all.
Eat 'em
kind of
all.
thing. Couple of old lures here. Just like Mike was talking about demons a couple weeks back. Mojik's just showing off what he has here. That's cool. That's what it is, eh, Mike? That's what it was.
Once I go to Wojcik's boat, I'm stealing those 2 top ones. Actually, the chartreuse one will work good too.
Yep.
They're
It's missing
ugly.
a ball
though.
bearing though. It's broken. It's got no ball bearing in it.
Oh, it's a weighted lip. Interesting.
Yeah.
Look at that lure tie. It looks like it would just tear right out of there. Look at that screw strip.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Like,
it's not made by Rapella. Come on.
oh, ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch. Oh, wow. Anyways,
I've been
got
with
demons.
Rapella. You guys know that.
Yep.
There's some old stuff here, man. That's an old one there. This is an old one from Sieska sent us a while back. Zellers. Zellers and Army surplus. I used to.
Gotta like
Get
the price
tackle
on that one, eh?
That's expensive, actually. If you think about when Zellers was in
Back then?
existence.
Yeah.
69 cents for a spinner. Oh, man. Gary Klein has an old collection. And you guys have old collections of old lures? I've got a whole old collection of Lucky Strikes that
I have
seen
some
them
at the
all.
lake.
might be worth something. Old
Lucky
plugs
Strikes?
and whatnot. Yeah, I've seen some crazy collections of old lures, man. People have like, I go to garage sales sometimes in the summer if there's one nearby, just to look for old lures,
Yeah.
and you never know what you'll find. So, start a collection.
He's
And,
got like those bomber boxes, eh?
yeah, man.
Bombers.
You got anything like this there, Jamie, at your place?
No, my only piece of tackle that I'm like proud of is a signed bag of Yamamoto Senkos.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
from Gary Yamamoto.
Yeah, me and Jeff's dad were co-anglers at Beaver Lake in 2012 or something, and he drew Gary, so I gave him 2 bags of Senkos to get signed, and he signed them, and I gave one to my tournament partner. We were heavy on the Senko program back then, so that's sitting in the garage, but that's my
That's
only
cool, man.
piece of tackle.
Nice.
I'm waiting for like my moment to pull out those ones and use them. They probably are all just going to fall apart now. They're so old, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna mention this one. The ER in Kenora has a nice wall of old lures, man.
Ryan Fraze. I need that photo, bro. I need that photo of Mike and Mike Klatt at the Anishinaabe boat launch, bro. Find me that screenshot. He was like, he was trying to give it to Mike at the ice show there. about the block in the boat launch or something like that. None makes you 35 now. Yeah, that's the rules now, Jody. Nice. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
so
Whole
that's
pile of our fish.
13 inches, right?
Yeah, all our pike. There's nothing over whatever. These comments will
Yeah.
tell us whatever the pike length is, but I think it's 33 inches or something like that.
Yeah.
Walleye, of course, is at like 22. It's all in centimeters, of course, but yeah, can't take anything big no more. So there's
That's
that
good. The bass
Yeah.
rods are the only ones that sucked that I saw.
for tournaments. Yeah, I think this is Leon's collection here. Lazy Daisy. I think I have this
Look
one.
at
up
those,
there.
eh?
Yeah, some old stuff, man. Send us your out there if you guys are watching. We'll have a segment next week. Send us pictures of your old stuff or whatever, or any kind of buy and sells. If people are down with buy and sell and stuff like that, we do that on Doc Talk or on here. Like Jamie's trying to sell a boat right now. What do we got, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna post it on your page. You're gonna bump it for me, right?
We're gonna bump it, bro. Pin it to the
I
top.
didn't know I
dude.
could put it there.
Why
Put it
can't you?
up.
Put it up
Yeah.
there.
Anyone has anything for sale, put it up on Doc Talk. Send us here. We're gonna have our deal or no deal all winter. So people are
I'm
always
gonna-
selling things.
I got a 2023 Pro V Bass, 40 grand off.
I thought you were gonna say
Discount.
40 grand, bro.
Santos still wouldn't buy it.
40 grand? Damn.
What's it
Santos
cost?
still wouldn't.
6 digits? It's got to be
Huh?
6 figures. 6 figures?
No,
What's it
Canadian 82 grand.
Oh, that's a deal. Because
Yeah.
I saw Cornell's boat,
And he wants what?
120 something, man.
160. That's what they like. By the time you throw the electronics, like mine's just got a trolling motor and jack plate and a few
Yeah.
electronics like that, batteries. But like you start stacking these graphs on there and you can get to 30 grand, no problem.
Oh, yeah. The
Like
electronics.
without even counting poles. Like it's crazy. So
But
Accessories.
Cornell's boat is mint, man. Mint.
it's so
bro.
it's the prettiest thing I've ever
Oh
seen.
my god, man! Like,
Tray of rusty old jigs. Yeah. Well, this is good stuff here. Yeah, you sent us a picture of that, man. We're gonna get that boat sold, bro. 82 is a deal, brother. This was those big sky jigs that get a closer look that we were showing last week. Look at that, bro. Got our mugs on there.
ugly
Oh,
mugs on there, man.
That's cool, man. That is cool. So you want to get a jig made, custom jigs, contact Dan Davies over there. Tell him we sent
Like
you.
that.
Get all
Yeah.
kinds of things made, brother. So that's cool right there. Yeah.
No, pretty awesome, man.
Oh, did you guys see? I had to do another. Did you guys see? Did you see the mural, bro?
Yeah, we seen it.
We've seen it enough times, bro.
Yeah.
I'm on a mural there, Jamie. That's
I know I saw it. Honestly, no word of a lie. When I first saw it, I thought it was like an AI art thing.
Yeah, it could be
Oh,
like
what-
an,
yeah.
if you're doing some AI stuff.
Yeah, I
No,
was like, oh, he's just making it up. But that's
Right,
pretty
right.
cool.
no, it's cool. He's a good art. He does a lot of murals in the city. Actually, he's quite the artist, my buddy there. So that's
Yeah,
under a
that's
bridge by
sweet.
the North Perimeter Boat Launch. Yeah, till someone defaces it or whatever. It is.
Santos has been telling everyone it's him.
Huh?
Oh yeah, that guy's too dark on that thing, man.
Ouch. So the kicker.
That'll be the only one that doesn't get defaced.
You mean that's not Santos? That would be the closest Jeremy says will ever get to a fish. Ouch.
Hey.
Oh, hey. He's gonna commission his own mural now. Yeah.
Yeah.
The top 10 competitive anglers. We talked about it earlier there. We're going to talk about it here. Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Northwest Ontario. We're bringing the rankings back. The official top 10 after we tabulate all the scores will come out. We'll have that published and all kinds of stuff. But we're here shooting the shit about what we think is. And we were saying the parameters that I gave them was you take everyone's standings. I mean, if there was a 700 boat field, well, top 50 is pretty good.
Yeah.
But really, you're looking at top 20s and up, notable finishes, and you scan all the. I used to have the website used to have standings for the whole region, and I stopped doing that because it's hard to keep up. But it's hard to find some standings. Like even
Saskatchewan was the hardest one to find standings.
Vanity's on their own website doesn't have the standings. You have to go to
We
their
don't have the
Facebook.
standings, man. Yeah.
I know. But
And
yeah,
then when you start looking at like all the reserves that have their own tournaments, and you got to go through all their photos to see their handwritten boards to see who's finished where.
I know the Shoal Lake ones are
Oh, congrats,
Whitefish
man.
Bay, dude.
Congrats, Tyler.
Congrats, buddy.
new member of CDP Nation. Congrats. That's awesome,
Awesome,
man.
bro.
Right on,
You
let's
did
go
a-
hunting.
He did a lot of hard work there, Tyler did. Congrats to Shay. Thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
Tyler
That's
did like 35 seconds of hard work.
Oh,
good. So Tyler was in the hot wing contest at the ice show, and like, isn't the missus like do any time now? I know it's all good. I got my phone here ready to go, but I'm not missing this hot wing contest. So where's Cali Clat sitting in the standings? Didn't make my list, bro. Didn't make my list of my list there, but let's go check out your list, Santos. What was your list? Read out your list there, but we'll do it that way.
Where's my list? Hold on.
Did you have a top 10?
Yeah, but I thought, like I said, I may have changed it over the show, man.
Why? Yeah, I mean it's flexible. We're just doing your votes. What are you?
Yeah,
So
we
let's
go.
just rattle it off.
I have
Fucking
Jay.
wind them up.
I have Jay Samsel. I got Branko, James Hebert. I actually have Jamie Bruce on here too, bro.
Okay.
I got Forsyth. I got Scott Dingwall, Ian Water, and Modi Demers, Hayden Martin, Brian Gustafson, and Gussie. That's who I got.
And Gussie, that's your list.
Yeah.
And then Jamie Bruce gave me some names. He's not ranking them or nothing like that.
No,
bro.
don't even know.
Yeah, I won't then. He's buddies like the Sunset Crew all like know each other.
Honestly, like I looked at it because I've been looking at his points all year, right?
Okay.
And I looked at it and was like, "There's no way to accurately rank this," and I can't. Like it would take me 4 full days to like break it down.
It is lots of
I want
scoring.
no part of this. But I texted you back right away. I was like,
Yeah. He tried. He did try.
yeah.
Hayden Martin had Hayden Martin was on the, just so you guys know the panel, we had Doug Kramer in Saskatchewan, Mike, Santos, me, Leon threw some stuff in there. He goes, I know nothing about it, but I'm going to try. He threw some names in. And then we had Monty's working on his list and Louis over there. So we'll see what theirs comes up with. And I had my list too. So my list is, I have no particular order yet. I have Jeff Gustafson, Brian Digdal in Saskatchewan, Jamie Bruce in Ontario, Brian Gustafson, Tom Johnston in Saskatchewan, Cole Forsyth, Daryl Dean in Saskatchewan, Hayden Martin, Ian Water, Modi Demers, Branko Mamula, the only Manitoban on my list. That's 11 there. Modi and Ian were like a team kind
Together,
of
yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Mikey?
I had Daryl Dean, Josh Singer, James Hebert, Jamie Bruce, Jay Samsel, Brian, I can't even pronounce his last name. The same one you had.
Yeah,
That's it. Ian Water, Hayden Martin, Brian Gustafson, and Gussie.
Cool. Leon had a list too. I'll read it. Leon's Branko, Mamula, James Ebert, Hayden Martin, Blair Dingwall, Jeff Gustafson, Jamie Bruce, Brian Gustafson, and Brian Digdala was Leon's as far as he got like 8 there.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of the same names, and then Doug Kramer had his list, and it's pretty much a reflection of the SWT rankings.
Yeah.
Brian Digdala, Josh Senger, Daryl Dean, Kevin Matiachuk, Travis Taylor, who runs SWT actually, or the commissioner of it, Curtis Buhe, Colby Matiachuk, Tom Johnston, I have 2, Perry Pugh, and Derek. And Adam Crawford, he has Adam Crawford on his list here too, honorable mention. So there's a lot of same names that we had on here. So why'd you have Gussie on there? Why Gussie?
What else? He won the classic.
Well, he's got 2 firsts and a classic win.
So first at Shoal Lake Spring.
Yeah.
Where else did he win?
No, he's
No,
got a first at Shoal Fall. He's got a first at White Dog.
White Dog.
Then like a fourth at Crow Lake, second at Bassin for Bucks. Like he had a banger year around here. And like remove the classic from it because I don't know what you're doing with the US, but remove the classic and still a really, really solid year, well worthy of an upper spot on the list, in my opinion.
So Fort Francis is a big tournament, right?
Well,
That's
for
giant.
removing the
Three-day
US,
high, super competitive. He got second there too.
Yeah. Was that
if
Mike?
you're removing the US, you're out, Jamie.
Yeah, I only fished
Take
2
you out of my
tournaments.
list.
Jamie's falls off, yeah. Well, but I guess people were considering that when they were throwing the names in. Like Hayden had his justification, and he told me, "Wow, you got to consider Jamie doing crazy well at giant 200 guy
Well,
tournaments."
exactly, man.
down
Yeah.
south.
Well,
If you
that's
just
the thing,
talk
right?
about how many people you beat, like field size, then
Strength
no
of
one
field.
else fished against 225 boats, and average every tournament I would have beat 180. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't. You can't do that because it wouldn't even be close. It wouldn't be fair.
Right.
But
And
you
then-
also can't compare Falcon Lake to the Bassmaster Classic. 40 boats, 40 boats.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hard.
But
And then the other thing-
is a win.
Well, the
That's
other
Mike-
thing,
that's
Jamie,
Mike
like we
Penflick.
talked, we talked at the ice show. The simple fact that you're fishing bodies of water you've never touched before.
It is impressive for sure, man. I mean, you got to
It's
consider that too.
It's money, man.
When
Like
you do official. Back when I ranked Gussie ranked twice on my list at the top, and he was on the FLW at the time. And I was sort of counting that. I mean, shit, how would you not rank
Yeah.
him? Plus, he was kicking ass locally too. So then you throw
Yeah.
that all together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's another name that we have here that Brian Digdala was first on the SWT Angler of the Year race this year. He had the most
Yeah.
points.
Yeah, that says a lot.
Third at Elbow, and then he
Yeah.
had a fifth at Sask Landing. I don't have a win here on my studying anyway. But if you're,
But you got to remember
we've talked about
50.
consistency, right? Like
high number teams, right? Like there's
Yeah.
high numbers there.
all
And
the
how many
tournaments,
cuts did he
105.
miss? Probably none. Right?
Oh yeah, he's like top 20, I think, at all of them to get all those
Yeah.
points. So he was the Angler of the Year. So that's got to be up there. Now we're doing completely different areas or whatever, but you'd take that. Winston got a win here at Saskatchewan. That there's some Saskatchewan boys mentioned for sure. Some superrunners that can whack wall. They're hard to beat him. I should have got Winston on the. Like Louis was in Mexico. Louis Bacabas was in Mexico all week.
Yeah.
I go, no pressure, bro. If you got to get it to me, I'll get it to you. He says he still hasn't, but he was in Mexico, man. If I come
he's
back
got a
from
good
Mexico-
reason, brother.
Probably
Yeah.
still passed
He's
out in
got
the log
Reason,
chart.
man.
Winston, I'll probably get you to rank, but Winston won Sask Landing, if I remember correctly. Right? He did okay. That's a good job on you. So Daryl Dean had another one. Second at Regina, 15 at Sask Landing, 10th at Vanity. So the Vanity had a good, like Vanity Cup, like you said, Jamie said earlier, that's the biggest one in Canada. It is the biggest entry, $2,000 entry.
Yeah.
Biggest payouts. I think it's $100,000 for first.
That's the
bro,
biggest one in North America.
North America. There you
Yeah,
go.
the biggest
Okay.
open team
100
tournament.
grand first prize, man.
The Texas ones aren't open. I thought there was a Texas Toyota.
No, like I'm looking at a huge. Well, there's single boaters, but like the big opens. There's some big bass tournaments where you catch one fish that like they'll get 400 teams and you win a truck and it's $100 entry. But
those are derbies, though, right? Like yeah, they're
Yeah,
derbies.
like-
yeah.
I mean, open team tournaments.
Open team
KBI
tournament.
is the biggest open team bass tournament that there is,
You're crazy, eh?
like out of anywhere.
Yeah.
Even the ones like down in
Yeah.
Southern Ontario.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like the biggest tournaments down there are, I mean, the biggest opens are the opens and they're single boater, so that doesn't count.
Right.
So
the single
open
boater,
team
yeah.
tournaments, it's king up here.
Last year, Chris Gunn would have ranked. Last year, had we done it, we did like an unofficial
Yes.
one last year. Chris Gunn would have ranked there. This
Yeah.
year, not so much. He donated.
Yeah.
All right, Leon, get back to work, you knucklehead, man. You should be working. Shouldn't be on your phone.
Chris Gahn lost some points in the fillet competition too. The last two
Lost some blood too.
He lost.
Yeah.
He lost.
Piece
some-
of his finger,
lost a
everything,
piece of
man.
digit.
Yeah.
The matter, Reespire, is that bugging you?
He's got to do it more now, bro.
Oh my god, I can hear it too though. Let's stop the clicking. But
I'm gonna do it just to drive Reespire. I'm gonna actually grab a second pen.
I was
Oh, jeez.
so for Jay Samsel, if we go back to Bass here, I was saying, where's Jay Samsel? It's like he was like wasn't doing tournaments, but quietly, he had a strong finish to the season, but quietly he was 6th at Fort Francis, 3rd at Dryden Walleye, 1st at Whitefish Bay Bass, and 1st at Bassin for Bucks.
Mhm.
So that's solid right there, man. I think Scott was his partner for 2 or 3 of those.
And Scott, one that you would have missed So Scott won Bassin for Bucks, and he also in July on Wabigoon. There's like it's a pretty big tournament. It's like over 60 boats. There's or in August. It's a July walleye tournament. And him and his daughter won that as well.
Scott Dingwalls?
Yeah,
Nice.
Get out of here. A July tournament?
yeah.
See, the thing is, in Ontario, they give permits for those. Like JP does the Kenora Walleye Open in July. We don't get permits. Like, it's crazy that they can get permits for that.
Yeah.
I know Suluco is like catch and keep, but for catch and release, that's crazy that they get the permit for that. On
Like
Wabigoon?
There
for
was
my
a
honor,
photo release or catch photo release at that Wabigoon. one.
catch photo. Okay, yeah, gotcha. Was that Mike?
yeah, because like Scott Dingwall would have been one of the honorable mentions for me, and same with Blair Dingwall. Like he was always in that mix.
Blair has another quiet one, but
They had a good year.
seventh
had
at KBI, that's bass. Second at Dryden Walleye Masters, that's walleye. Third at Kenora Walleye Open. 16th at Red Lake. I mean, that's an awesome season.
And
Right there.
fourth at Lac
Yeah.
Sewell.
I put him on my list, my unofficial. Like he was
Yeah.
one of the names that I jotted down.
Yeah. Blair
Yeah.
Dingwall. Like
Yeah.
I think Leon. Let's see if Leon had him on his list too. Blair Dingwall.
Mhm.
So he'd have consideration to be right up there.
Yeah.
If you bring in a name like Branko, like a lot of us had Branko, we had 3 of us voted for Branko Mamula in the Manitoba side. Only Manitoban really that had a noteworthy kind of to compare. First at Pine Falls,
Yeah.
second at the Red River Walleye Masters, and fourth at the Selkirk Walleye Championship.
Damn.
Now, mind you, those tournaments are 40 to 50 boats,
Yeah.
so nothing giant. He didn't do the Kenora Walleye. Did he do Kenora Walleye Open? He
Yeah,
didn't finish high is all.
no.
He had a big finish there, so maybe.
So is
top
that a
10.
strike if you miss a check? 'Cause
Oh,
if someone fishes 10 tournaments
yeah,
and
okay.
you get
What do you
three top fives, then you'd put them you'd rank them high when in reality they missed 7 or like they had 7 shitty ones. So how do you look at that? That's something that I've been
That's
looking-
something else, man. Like,
Because if you do maximum, you could do legit May long weekend, even earlier probably. I think it's Saskatchewan's another one. You can go May right to October, third weekend in October where the last ones happen, right? So
Yeah.
if you did every single weekend, what is that? You got like 25 tournaments that you could possibly do. If someone did 25 tournaments and then you had 3 top 10s, you take that into consideration. That's interesting, yeah. If you second
I mean,
gauged on
like I
those
usually do
tournaments.
10 when I'm home and fishing.
Yeah.
You know, it's usually 10 tournaments. So
right? I mean, like the fact that Gussie won Classic. If he didn't win anything else, it wouldn't have mattered, man. He's still number 1 on my list.
Oh, really? Eh?
Oh,
Bassmaster
just,
class. I
just
guess
winning the Classic, right?
that's
I mean,
a mic drop.
for me, like you got it. I'm sorry, that's what we all want, man. Right? Like,
I think he's in my top 10 only because his Sunset tournaments were like he had another win locally. You know, second at Bassin, like those are big tournaments. Third at fourth. So even if you take away the Bassmaster Classic, he's in my
still
top
well,
10
but
probably.
but like Jamie said, I mean, if he won 100, if he went to 100 tournaments and Gussie just wins the 1 Classic, don't matter to me, man. He's still number 1 on the top of my list.
Top finishes versus shitty finishes. That's a good point.
Yeah,
I haven't been checking for last place or anything like that. If you're like your bottom, it could hurt you, I guess, if it does.
I'll tell you this: if it was like how the old kickerfish layout was, or the cool tournament trail they had, where it was just based on all your finishes and all these tournaments, Cole Forsyth probably would have given out the least amount of points.
yeah.
He never had a single bad one.
No,
His
he
name
was
didn't
way up there,
win
man.
any, and that's different. Like Brian won 3, and it's freaking hard to win.
Yeah.
So if it was just based on points, then Forsyth, he had a bunch of top 3s in big tournaments. But I mean, Brian had the most wins in the area this year. But
3 wins, yeah. 3
3
wins.
wins, yeah.
Cole Forsyth, third at KBI, third at Whitefish Bay, third at Bassin for Bucks, and he still had other top 10s. Like you said, he had a bunch of other.
Couple good ones at Shoal Lake. He had
Yeah.
a freaking
Yeah.
good year. He's had a good couple years.
What Jamie was referencing there, the Kickerfish Bass Series. I think I ran that for 3 seasons too, with Humminbird. Humminbird and Minn sponsored that. Jamie won 1 year.
Mhm.
Jay Samsel won 1 year. And who won the other year? Someone won, but it was by points. And like you said, so if you finished in 70s somewhere, you still got points for that, but it would like hurt you kind of thing, right? Remember, like it goes.
Yeah.
the scoring
Yeah.
system. Same with the Lund Trail. That was awesome too. We used to have that Lund Trail. It was like 7 or 8 tournaments, and that went by the wayside. CWT's by the wayside. It sucks that.
I had to
that's-
come to Pine Falls because of that Lund Trail once. 'Cause I could
man.
only fish a couple of them, and that was the last one.
Jamie Bruce at Pine Falls, like, oh, look at this guy's over here. That guy-
Yeah, it was awesome.
Stealing our money, man.
Those trails are cool because they make you go places you
Yeah.
out of your comfort zone or somewhere where you wouldn't normally go. I like that.
Yeah, I got to bring something back like that. I like that stuff, man. That's cool.
And that's the big difference, right? Like it's learning a different body of water in a short period of time.
So throughout the season, like early in the season, I was like, oh, the early front runner for Angler of the Year on our kicker fish rankings.
You were
and
you were
CDP
putting
rankings
up
was
Hayden's name long,
Hayden.
man.
name. So like
Yes.
in the end, he had a first at Falcon Lake Bass, first at Falcon Lake Walleye,
Yeah.
then third at Shoal Lake Fall, second at Shoal Lake in the spring. There's 2 there, and with a 19th at KBI, which was the strongest field that he was at. With a 19th, that's where you catch the check there. So it's sort of back up the other stuff. So that's pretty good.
Good year.
Strength of field. I mean, there's some hammers in the Shoal Lake tournaments for sure, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like that's you throw in a multi-species angle there too.
Yeah.
What do you
Strength,
think?
but you got to apply the diversity of location. He's
That-
fit. That is a
That's the one knock
40
you're gonna give him,
kilometer
Jason.
square area,
Yeah.
and not taking anything away from him. Like that's an incredible year, and it's there's a lot of people that did those tournaments in that small area too.
But diverse lakes is
For the
cool.
longest time, McNanny and Rydberg would get 3 wins like in just one
In their-
little zone
Yeah.
around
Everything by their camp, man. Everything by
So,
Crawford.
like Hayden's 20 minutes to Shoal Lake, and then Falcon's right in front of him. So like, yeah, he's got that zone dialed. You couldn't mess with him in that area this year.
For me, a lot of it was like when I was doing the rankings before, was anyone who traveled, especially with the CWT at its heyday. So if you were knocking down checks in Saskatchewan and then knocking down checks over in Ontario and Manitoba, like in 3 different provinces, like you're doing well, man. You're traveling
Well,
and
that's
catching checks.
legit, right?
I like that. There's more points for that, I would say. I would rank that higher than, like you said, if it's a couple bodies of water. I mean, that's cool there. How about Ian Water and Modi Demers? So last year they were ranked number 1 unofficially because they took down 4 wins last year or something
They were
crazy.
killing it last year.
3,
3 wins last year. They were cashing checks. They
Was it
still cash
last
checks
year?
this year.
Yeah.
You can read
no,
out
they
the
had 3
stats.
wins the year before, 2 wins last year.
That's what it was. Just
Yeah,
Fucking-
because the year 2 years ago I had 4 wins and they had 3 and were right behind me. Like I was watching them.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's why JV's here because he's always following the stats there, especially in Sunset. But if you take Ian Water and Modi together, 4th at KBI, 2nd at Kenora Walleye Open, so different
Yeah.
species too. 2nd at Whitefish Bay, 6th at Bassin for Bucks. Ian's got the edge on Modi because he's got 3rd at International Falls, which is a big tournament
big
too,
one,
just
yeah.
over the border, where Brian won actually this year.
Yeah.
So that's a huge season still, man. Even with
Ooh,
no
yeah,
win.
you're missing one there.
Which one?
He's got 2nd at Fort, and he's got 2nd. I can't remember this.
No, he won out of Koken.
Yeah,
Oh, the funnest bass tournament in the world, kind of thing
it's
they
a
call it.
big-
Yeah,
It's a big competitive. It's 100 boats and it's competitive.
Atakoken is a good
He
one.
won
yeah.
that one.
With who? Not with Modi.
Mike Baduke.
yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
that's his leg up on Matei. Like mind you,
Yeah.
Matei wasn't there, so he doesn't really, But yeah,
they
that,
got
What? So,
So
what,
he's
he
had
got 3
they've had a
seconds.
really
Three
good
se-
couple of years. Like
It's
they're
tough,
freaking-
man. Well, I mean,
That's what I mean. It's so hard to.
it's so hard. There's just so many, and like you said, we missed that one, right? So
Yeah,
how
Atakoken,
many other tournaments are out there that we don't know about? I mean,
that's what I'm here for, Santos.
yeah,
There's got to be a few more.
I'm
If
glad
it was
there's a
me,
white
I would
guy
make
that's
the list. It
smarter.
would just be like a collage. It wouldn't be 1 through 10 because that's the hardest part. It's easy to get people. We all have almost the same top 10, but to actually rank it from there is near impossible.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the tough part.
There's a
Yeah.
guy here in Saskatchewan, Daryl Dean, that had a good season too. Like on he was 3rd on the Saskatchewan Walleye Trail points.
Yeah.
2nd at Regina Beach, 15 at Sask Landing, 10th at Vanity. That's really good. And you start throwing some 25ths in there, and like your top 25%ing it at the other tournaments. Strong season, man. Cashing checks too, and especially cashing a check at Vanity is big points right there. So, like I would
That's why
have.
just-
Go ahead, Mike.
That's why I had such a hard time with the rankings for Manitoba, because we just didn't have the numbers.
No.
Like Branco was my only guy in any. Like I mean, James Hebert. Okay, let's look at James Hebert. Did I say his?
Yeah.
First at SWC first or whatever. Then he had a fourth at Falcon Lake Walleye. So those ones. 14th at KLB in the big one, and 13th at Lake of the Prairies. I mean, those are over 120 boat fields.
So that's a strong. That's a
just
strong
hitting
season
the
too,
check.
right?
That's still
Yeah.
strong with taking down a win and cashing checks. So that's the strongest. Him and Branco were the only ones sort of from Manitoba doing stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like shit. Who else is here? I had a Tom Johnston. So Tom Johnston, on my old rankings from 2017, he was 8th there. This guy's always in the running in Saskatchewan. So this season, he had a 10th at Regina Beach, 7th at Elbow, and 4th at the Saskatchewan Premiers, which is another big one. That's a second,
So that's
or
a good
maybe
season
third
too, right?
after
Like,
Doug's tournament.
That's
Really
what
good, man. Yeah. So then I got some honorable mentions on mine. I have Peter Rogalka and Jerry Kruchek.
I had those two.
They
Yeah.
only do tournaments together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything. Even they're fishing for fun, they're together. But notable finishes: 3rd at Red Lake, 5th at KWO, and 17th at Lake of the Prairies. All big tournaments, all over
Yeah.
120 boats, and cashing checks at those. That's pretty good. That's good right there too. That's honorable mention. How come Ben Gustafson was on here?
He's on mine.
1st at Crow Lake, 13th at Bassin. Did he have other notable finishes?
3rd at the Bronzeback.
Oh, and Bronzeback. Gotcha. That's Gussie's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like he only fished 3. Same with Adam Baczynski. He only fished 3. He won the KBI, set the new record, top 10 the Bronzeback, and got like a 4th at White Dog. And I think those are the only 3
That's
fish.
the only 3 did. Eh?
There's lots of like sneaky guys that are really good, and that's why it's so freaking hard.
Yeah.
Adam's like that's the second time winning KBI. No, he's won it before with Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the number 1 KBI angler in the last 15 years, bar none.
Cashing checks every year.
Yeah.
In the top 3 almost every year.
Any
Like
other
in-
honorable mentions out there? Who else is there? On the Bass side, Samsel. Let's look at Jamie Bruce's. Aside from the American tournaments that he did, 4th at KWO, 18th at KBI.
That's it.
That's it. Those are the 2 tournaments. And then he finished in 14th in the Angler of the Year standings for the Elite Opens, right? Is that what it was? 14th?
Yeah. So I think I had 4 top 20s. Two
Yeah.
were top 10s.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
different
But
world.
different, yeah. Like,
What's up, Dave? Oh, that's cool. I also got like Lance Marcotte, Karen Soki. They were ranked in my old rankings.
Yeah.
They're hammers. Like that team right there.
They're
hammers.
always up there.
Yeah. Premier's 10th, Last Mountain 15th, 18th at Regina Beach. So you start to see like always the same names, consistent year over year too. Lots of respect for that, you know. Like we're only doing 2023. I told him, remember, only 2023 season. But like there's some names. Even there's a Kevin Matiachuk that had some finishes in Saskatchewan. Dave Olbrich in Manitoba had honorable mention on my end. 20th at Red River, 10th at Voyageurs, and 3rd at Selkirk. So it's a good fall run for greenbacks.
Yeah.
That was a great run by Olbrich there. So yeah.
Yeah.
Who else is left?
Stuart and Diane Naniska.
They got a win?
They won Shoal Spring and I'm sure cash checks everywhere else. They're good.
Their names are always there. Yeah, it's always sneaky.
Yeah.
Like it's almost
Yeah.
like a 28th place at KBI kind of sneaky every year. That kind of stuff. They're still cashing checks.
No, like, well, is that what they got this year at KBI?
I don't even know, to be honest with you. They were up there. They were up
They're
there.
usually higher than that. They're good.
So
There's lots.
to come up,
Like you could sit here for 2.5 hours talking about all the different teams.
oh, we could talk all day, man.
which is awesome, which is
Right.
cool. But eventually, there is sort of a top there to come up with a top 10 and then some honorable mentions. We've got like 14 or 15 names that we can justify to be in that top 10.
Yeah.
So I'll have to have like when Louis comes in, I'll get Winston too. They're Prairie Boy Fishing. Give him a follow on YouTube here. He's got a good channel going. Young stud over there, up and coming stick. Might get it to be some tiebreakers and give us some more justifications for some guys here. We got Brucey, of course, will tell us maybe off camera who should be on top of what other one.
Keeping
I
us
mean,
straight, man.
Because it's not your opinion, because you can actually justify, because there's always justifying. You go by standings just from this year alone.
Yeah. And
know?
like Yeah, it depends how much emphasis you put on a win. A win when you're fishing for points, like in the opens, a win, didn't really matter as much as like if you got 150th in the last one. But around here, you're fishing for a win, so a win would be the highest level, and that's Brian and Jeff each having 3, if you count the classic.
Donation team. We got a lot of. I'm a donator this year too. But a win, like you said, not to be honest with you, even if it's a 20-team derby of some sort or a tournament or a 200 one, winning is tough. Like you said, it really is, man.
It's tough, but
It doesn't matter what the field is. It's hard, man.
But now, when we're ranking these guys, that's when you look at the field now. After
Three wins is
Right?
huge. 3 wins is huge for Brian had a crazy, like big tournaments too, strength of tournament too as well, right? So
Yeah, 100. I think Fort was 110 boats. I Falls is only 60 boats, but it's like pretty highly competitive. And then Whitefish Bay is only like 30 boats, and it's highly competitive. So
yeah, strength of field. So even not just the number of teams. but
strength,
strength
yeah.
of
So
field,
that's only 100 and 190 boats, but those are like there's a lot of good teams in that mix.
yeah,
The thing is, like even like out here in Manitoba, like we're down to our hardcores, but really out of those, when you have a 40-50 team tournament, they're 80% of them are like our good teams, because that's what's left, right? Like these are the ones who do tournaments so even though it's a 45 boat field, they're all good and anyone could win. I could put money on any team to win it. You know what I mean? So yeah. So even though sometimes even just you got to go by strength of field too. That's why I always looked at like with Gussie. I used to tease him. Well, you keep taking those people's money at Crow Lake all the time. I don't know any of these names. I don't see any of them ever. I think they're just cottagers or seasonal campers there. And you're just taking all their money every year. And he laughs. Well, I take Shelby with me, man. And Shelby catches all the fish. He says. Like, I don't know. So what about so this came up before in the CWT. Before we move on to our Beast of the Week, here is this pretty cool episode. We're going to get the final standings. We're going to discuss it. We're going to have an actual final rankings. We'll publish that everywhere we can get it published. But this came up before where someone was in the top points when you go by points, and we're team tournaments out here, right? So what if someone's just a partner all the time?
That happens.
They're just a partner, like just a partner or whatever, but then you're gaining all these points.
Yeah.
And then you win like Angler of the Year. You're ranked higher, but you're not captaining per se. You get a lot of 2-captain teams, but some teams are just straight. You're just a partner. You're just along for the ride. Nothing against the ladies or whatever, but a lot of times maybe the missus is always a spouse, maybe, gets 3 wins under their belt because they were fishing with someone, I don't know. Like how do you rank?
Ashley had that a couple of years ago. She had
Ashley, right?
She got 2 wins with me, the Bronzeback and Bassin for Bucks, like 2 megas. But then she won the women's walleye tournament. Her
So
and
that helps.
Brian's,
Helps her standing, right?
On their own, and that was like the flex.
yeah.
Right. It wasn't just with Jamie all the time. Yeah, I won one.
That
of
was
my
the
own too.
kicker.
Leon was asking me that. Leon was asking me about that. And I go, no, it's awesome. Like, what if like Bree's getting like checks or whatever? And yeah, it'd be awesome if they were fishing with other partners and just see how they do, just to help with justification, right?
Like Samsel's a really good angler, but he only fishes with really good partners too.
Yeah,
he's anytime he's gone on his own, he's done fine, but just happens to be the people he fishes with are always hammers.
yeah.
Dingwall,
Superstar teams.
Dingwall, Brian, and Norman.
Troy, yeah. Like Troy been around? I haven't heard of Troy for a while.
Yeah, he's got his hands full, so he doesn't do a ton. But he just won Bassin for Bucks last year and did decent again this year and did decent at Fort, but he hasn't done enough to where he's not like doesn't come to KBI or anything anymore. But anytime he's around, he's really hard to beat.
Nah, it's cool, man. Gets me all excited for next year. Open water. Fuck, I donate.
Already next year.
Fuck, I
eh?
donate.
Open water.
I donate. So that's why I start running tournaments instead. So I'm not donating anymore.
I know.
I had a good run.
I have to put money in the cookie jar now for donating.
Yeah.
But we've got an ice series coming. We're hammering out the dates. I think we've got it sort of down pat here, but stay tuned for the Kickerfish Icebreaker Elite Series. So that's
It's going to be a good one, man.
3 qualifiers on Lake Winnipeg and then a championship. So 4 tournaments altogether. But when we say Elite Series, It's a closed loop. You have to qualify.
Yeah.
Not this year. First whatever 30 teams I think we're calling that come in, and then next year you gotta qualify in to be on this elite series. So it's pretty cool, man. Yeah, like Jamie gets his competitive juice. You go, what? Qualify?
We got to qualify now.
I'm gonna
Women's
qualify.
like, oh, I got to fish this year if I want to fish it next year.
You should do it though, man. It's cool. We'll get all the rules out there and
Yeah.
stuff and the dates, but
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
grab a real good partner. I just made that statement, and I was just highlighting how it can happen, not to anyone's fault, but like when I won the kicker fish thing, I was with McNanny, and we fished his part of the lake in the last tournament,
Yeah.
and only
Wow.
won because of him. And then a couple of years ago, we fished my part of the lake, and we won, so it balanced out. But I definitely coattailed.
yeah,
You know, that's just what happens. That's another reason it makes it so hard to figure it out. So I don't.
You think-
I've been on Eric's coattails and he hasn't done shit.
I'm the wrong one to try and coattail. You think solo events would ever fly around here?
Yeah, it would just be like it would be 20 people just going at each other's throats, but it'd make everyone better.
That I'd like to see that, like especially with all the sticks. You take Sunset Country for all the bass sticks, and like you said, like there's a half a dozen guys that probably could go down and do some damage in the States, if not more.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
head to head, you guys, you said like guys are teaming up, the Dingwalls and the Gustafsons of the world and whatever, all teaming up. But if you guys would just go head to head and like really shoot it out, I'd love to see that, man, and see how it works out, kind of thing, on Lake of the Woods or wherever, right?
That's what we're gonna have to do with our list, man. Right?
What's
Get
that?
them all together, head to head, man.
Oh,
Figure out-
you better put US tournaments on it so I can make that list then, so we make the tournament. I changed my mind. US is wide open.
All right, count.
US
count.
is wide open, he says. Eh?
You're on our list, bro. Come on.
We've got a new beast of the month. The Yeti is on there now, bro. It's the Yeti because it's winter time, of course. This is our first one of the season here, but we've got bucks of the week. We're gonna do that. So send us your food, send us your beasts, and send us your bucks. We're gonna do this for a rifle, but Randy Bean's got an awesome one here. You hunt, Jamie?
Yeah.
You got
I
the
was just
camo on there.
Stuck at it. I'm the donator of hunting.
Because the deer can see you from a mile away, bro. That's why, man. You gotta hide better. But yeah, buck of the week, 4x4, beauty, archery yet.
Yeah, eh?
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Man, Randy Bean could probably tell you some good stories over the years.
That's a freaking big one.
Nice work.
Look
Joe
at that.
Killy in Alberta now. 5x5 Alberta bull elk, approximately 750 pounds. Nice work. Oh, that's cool.
I
Man.
like that one, man. Yeah.
Nice
If
work,
you
Joe.
If you take Big Joe out of there, that elk looks massive. Big Joe back in there.
He has a picture of it hanging from the bulldozer, like where they're hanging it up there to dress it, I guess, and stuff. But
Yeah.
it's big, man. Cool. We got one more here. Peter Weedman's boy. That's a nice shot there too, man.
Nice.
Awesome stuff here.
That's a wide spread. Holy crap.
Isn't that nice there? Like that there, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Like
good
they
looking,
just straight out.
good looking buck right there. Cool, man. Bucks of the week. Send us your bucks. Everyone's going hunting now. It's like summertime again, though. Actually, everything's green again. The Reesmeyer was on some ice fishing to open water in the same week. So I wonder if he got this in open or ice. But it's
No,
cool,
he
though.
was on the ice. I think.
He was on the ice.
Nice.
Yeah, he was on
Nice.
the ice.
That's
Nice
cool.
work, Reesmeyer there. Cool stuff. Brown trout. And the only other one we got here is Pilgrim on the ice. Man, his first brown in 5 years. I've never caught one yet, but 23 inches.
Nice.
Nice work, Brandon. Cool stuff. Those are our beasts of the week contenders. What do we got there? Ice. I don't think you've done the last couple of beasts that I want. Last couple. Last six, bro. Last
Open
six,
season,
bro.
man.
Last six. It's coming next week, though. There's always next week, I say. We'll get her done yet. Who's our beast here? What do you guys vote for here? I guess fish first. Head to head. Reesmeyer versus Pilgrim. Give Pilgrim a follow, by the way. He just reached 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's awesome stuff, man. Love
I'm
that.
picking Pilgrim because Reesmeyer's a pain in my ass.
Yeah.
Actually, I can't. I gotta go with Reese's because look at
The
he's
kite.
got the whole fish in there.
Yeah.
Kipe in there.
It's not covering tails or nothing.
Okay. Got the grip there. Okay, I got it.
Seeing that we've been critiqued on our shit that we say.
Pilgrim, Reese, Cowboy Angler, the brown truck. I had a late submission. Next week, bro. I'll have to get it next week. But I vote for the brown truck. They're both brown trout, bro.
As long as it's not that, as long as it's not that filleted fish, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
I like this. I like. I can see the ice is why, right? So it just gets the juices flowing for the ice fishing. So I got Pilgrim's my vote there. How about you, Jamie?
I liked Pilgrims until I saw the jaw jacker in the background.
Oh,
Ooh.
so
Just kidding.
Crop that out.
Just
the
kidding.
jaw jacker, bro. A lot of people are asking if jaw jackers were legal. They're legal. It's not spring load. Spring load is about the lure, not so much about the hook setting mechanism up top. So
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good picture. It's cool that he's ice fishing. I usually try to beat everyone to the ice fishing race, but just hasn't happened around here the last few years.
you're usually
so.
skating on Lake of the Woods at this time of year.
Yeah, Pilgrim's got my vote. I like
Okay.
that.
Santos.
Damn, eh?
Oh fuck.
Holy fuck, Santos! There's only 2 fish.
I'll take Jason's.
Oh, so it's a tie. The brown trouts take the week. What
I
about
do
the
have a suggestion though. Those two should fish together so they can actually take pictures of each other instead of just selfies.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Can't
true.
talk
Though.
anyone else into going November ice fishing with
Yeah,
them.
these
Maybe
are.
there's a reason they fish by themselves.
They should go head to head. They got like the same jacket, I think, actually, too. Anyway,
Looks like it, eh?
who's the buck of the week? That's a nice shot. I like that because it's an elk.
I
They're
like
all
the
good.
elk. I like the elk, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I like it. I got Weedman's Boy. I think I like this one. How about you guys?
I like beans
Me too.
because it was on the pole.
Boom!
There you go, beans.
Randy. Oh, archery. Nice. So Randy Beans got the first buck of the week this week. We appreciate you guys there. We appreciate Team Fu Automotive Beast of the Month. Cool stuff here. Just a shout out to our sponsors there for ice. We got Gone Fishing is sponsoring. You guys can see it there. Team Fu Automotive, of course, is there, and that's Gone Fishing's setup on that side.
Yeah.
Pirates West Campground. Yeah, Jody and Jason over there are fantastic people. Contact them year round if you're looking for a seasonal spot in West Man, or they got some lots available for sale. Give them a call. Tell them CDP sent you. They got some awesome lots there on arguably the top lake in Manitoba. You ever fish Lake of the Prairies, Jamie?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
It's
it's
same
on the
quality
list.
fishing.
walleye pike
No,
factory
it's top.
and carp
Yeah.
if you're into carp. But yeah, man, shit, that's it's a money lake. It's fun to fish too. It takes a long time to fish all of it, man. It's just all kinds of fish there. So yeah, cool stuff. We're gonna get this rankings done. We're gonna hammer.
Gotta figure out a point system or something, man.
6 months of Beast of the Week. We're going to worry about it.
That's gonna come in a big rush next week. You watch, man. All these we can't go into the winter with it. But who's going fishing though? Like, can I go to Lake of the Woods right now? Can anyone go to Lake of the Woods?
Yep.
It's open.
Yeah,
Eh?
it's open. Yeah.
Nice.
I think I'm gonna.
It'll be
I
nice
want
this
to.
week. It's last week probably, but
I want to go today or tomorrow, but I'm just so busy, man. I can't get it done. Be safe, everybody. Yes, sir. If you're going out there, be safe. There's open water.
Yep.
I can't. I got to get
Go
caught
fish,
up with
man.
I have to send you pictures, bro. I'll send you pictures.
all right,
Next time.
boys.
Same time,
All
same
right.
place
All
next
right,
week.
boys.
Jamie Bruce, the Dragon Boat Santos, Short Fuse, and Eric Labopa. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you guys.